Good morning YouTube. So with today's video, definitely looking a lot sharper than normal, huh? So maybe I should start wearing a suit and tie a little bit more on camera. I'm just hoping that I got my tie on correctly. So it's been about 6 months since I've worn a suit and tie, and the whole pattern, I get confused. Hopefully it's tied on correctly. But with today's video, guys, I did have to dress up for this very video because I'm going to give you 10 wedding fragrances for the spring and summertime of 2023. This is the time of the year where a lot of people do get married. With this list here, I'm going to give you some designers, but I'm also going to give you some niche as well. So just in case you want to spend a little bit more money. First fragrance is going to be a designer, but it's going to be a designer exclusive, meaning it's actually from a designer brand that has that's going to come with a little bit more of a price tag if you're not familiar with fragrances. However, with this one here, even though it's considered a luxury line, they're quite affordable. But first one is going to be DUNHILL's NORDIC Fougere. This stuff here is actually really good. A lot of people online just seem to bash it. Doesn't get a lot of positive reviews, but I think it's quite good. You're gonna get kumquat, add a little bit of a citrus fruity nuance. You're gonna get basil, bamboo. The bamboo gives it the basil itself does give it that green herbal touch, but the bamboo itself adds a little bit more greenery and a little bit of a woody aspect. There's also vanilla, sandalwood, and musk. So what it pretty much is, it's like a woody, green, herbal, citrusy scent that's actually quite aromatic. It's perfect for weddings. It's a great everyday scent. So if you're just like a common guy who doesn't want a lot of fragrances in their collection, this is a great everyday wear. But if you want to make it a little bit special on your wedding day, this is a great wedding scent. Longevity is decent. It ranges anywhere from 6 to 8 hours. Fragrance number 2 is a great cheapie, and it lasts forever and a day. That's going to be ARMAF Club de Nuit Sillage. Now with this one here, this smells a lot like Creed Silver Mountain Water, just minus the price tag, alright? So you're gonna get different citruses, you're gonna get that black currant, there's musk, there's some iris, violet leaf, there's probably some like cedar or sandalwood to it. What it pretty much is, it's a very aromatic, citrusy scent, a little powdery, certainly musky, and a little fruity. It's a fantastic fragrance that has a bit of a crisp aspect to it, you know, like a cold spring brook in the mountains. That, it kind of has that vibe. It's absolutely stellar. Longevity is like 9-10 hours, and for a freshie, that is absolutely phenomenal. This will range anywhere from like $25 to $35 Canadian, USD 20 to 25. So for that, you really cannot complain. For fragrance number 3, if money is not an issue or you just want to treat yourself to something a little bit more lavish because it is your wedding day, then go with Creed Silver Mountain Water. Now this smells very similar to this. Really, I should say this smells similar to this because this is the clone to this. This is just a lot more expensive, but it smells a little bit more natural. Now, if you were to get just an everyday guy who doesn't have a lot of fragrances or colognes, as a lot of regular guys would just call them, you're not going to be able to detect the difference. Myself, I've been doing this for a long time. This smells a little bit more natural, and I do think it smells a little bit better. With this one here, you're going to get the black currant, the green tea, the musk, sandalwood, galbanum, there's bergamot, and I think a little bit more. What it pretty much is, it's kind of like this. It's like a cold spring brook in the mountains. It's very aromatic. It's crisp. It's very musky, green and woody. This smells amazing. I prefer this one over the Club de Nuit Sillage because yes, it does smell more natural, but this was also my wedding scent. It was a wedding gift from my wife, so I definitely have to add this one to the list. Fragrance number 4, if you're looking to smell clean, fresh, and just like a very expensive soap. The number 4, Prada L'Homme. This has iris. Now, if you don't like iris, the iris in this smells a little waxy. It does add that powdery touch, so it's not overly masculine. If you're one of those traditional burly masculine kind of guys, I don't think that this is a fragrance that you're really going to enjoy. But it does have that iris. It's got violet to add a little bit more of an airy touch. It's got some citruses, neroli, geranium, and patchouli. It smells a little old-fashioned, but modern at the same time. This is for a modern day gentleman, just because it's not like a masculine type of fragrance. If you're a modern day gentleman and you haven't smelled this one, I urge you to try it because it's just clean, fresh, soapy, powdery, aromatic with a little bit of woods towards the base. If you're like the Kingsman, you know, the movie, those guys are badass, but they have the wardrobe, the mannerisms, the sophistication, all that kind of stuff. This fragrance here is for a gentleman like the Kingsman, minus the bad boy edge. Fragrance number 5 is a great scent that is considered unisex, but in my opinion leans a little bit more towards the guys out there. You know, it's not an overly burly masculine fragrance, but gentlemen, if you're that type of guy, don't worry, there's going to be a few fragrances in this list towards the end for you, alright? But this one here is for the modern day gentleman, and that's going to be Bentley's Exotic Musk. Now this fragrance here has, like what the name implies, musk. There's also orris. I believe that there's some iris. There's definitely like an ambery plum vibe in my opinion. And I do get a bit of a lavender, like a lavender touch. But there's apparently some tonka bean to it. I don't really get tonka bean. What I pretty much get is that I get like an orris or an irisy feel that adds that powdery touch. The musk, and definitely like an ambery plum with a little bit of lavender to it. This is a great scent that can be a little bit strong. So, you know, when you're thinking strong, you're thinking like, you know, like a manly man kind of guy. Listen, this is for the modern day gentleman. But if you over apply, just like any of these fragrances here, it can be cloying. This, I would say, is a little bit more deep because of that ambery component. That's what it would add, that little bit more of a stronger touch to it, all right? But this is powdery, musky, plummy, and definitely ambery. And longevity, you can't complain, it's like 7 to 9 hours. For fragrance number 6, let's go back to the brand of DUNHILL. Now, if you love clean, soapy scents, kind of like this, but not exactly. This one here is clean and soapy, but it's a lot more citrusy than you're gonna love. ALFRED DUNHILL's AMALFI Citrus. This has something like 4 or 5 different citruses. It's got petitgrain, it's also got neroli, jasmine, vetiver, and musk. In my opinion, this kind of smells like Tom Ford Neroli Portofino. I gotta state this, guys. If you're a masculine kind of guy, you could wear this, but in my opinion, it does lean unisex. It's 50-50, all right? Whether you're a manly kind of guy, a modern day gentleman, or just a woman, you could wear this one, no problem. It's just clean, fresh, soapy, definitely that creamy neroli. You're gonna get a little bit of jasmine, and it's just easy to wear. For a citrus scent, it just has a little bit of sophistication, a little bit classy in my opinion. With this fragrance here, you could wear it like this here in North America or Europe or Asia, wherever, all right? But if you're going to, like, let's say the Bahamas or somewhere tropical to get married, this is a great scent as well. Like, you don't necessarily have to dress up like this in order to pull this one off. If your wedding's like a dressy casual kind of event, you can easily wear this. Longevity on this, I gotta be honest, I've only worn this twice, and longevity was good, it was like 7 to 8 hours, but mind you, when I was wearing this, it was actually still cold. Like, it's only April 2nd right now, but this one here is definitely gonna get a lot of use this summertime. For fragrance number 7, if you're looking for something old school but modern, then you're gonna love Atkinson's POSH on the Green. This is classical with a modern day touch. It's green, it's aromatic, it's fougere, it's a little bit herbal, but you're gonna get galbanum, mint, there's definitely some citruses, some sandalwood, there's vetiver, geranium, and petitgrain. It's just a great all-around scent from a brand that doesn't get a lot of mention. If you like English perfumery, then there's a good chance that you might really like this one here. For this one here, again, if you are a bit of a classical kind of guy, like old-fashioned, but with modern day values, this is one that I highly urge you to try. And guys, if you're a masculine kind of guy, this is one that I'm pretty sure that you're really gonna like as well. Longevity is gonna be about 7 hours. Fragrance number 8, this is gonna be the last niche fragrance in this video, but it's a very affordable niche from ACQUA de PARMA. that's going to be Acqua di Parma's MIRTO di PANAREA. Now I definitely mispronounced that. It's probably MIRTO di PANAREA, but again, it's more than likely I butchered it. This is fresh. It's clean. It's citrusy. It definitely has white floral. I believe it has jasmine. It definitely has myrtle. The myrtle is front and center. Along with the citruses, there's some basil, a little bit of rose, and definitely some juniper. For me, it's mostly myrtle, citruses, a little bit of jasmine, and definitely the juniper berries. The juniper berries, in my opinion, is what mans this one up. Now, if you're a masculine, burly kind of guy, I think that you might like this one. I think. I'm not promising, but you might. You know, the white florals in this doesn't really give it that overly feminine touch. It does give it that unisex scent though. In longevity, it ranges anywhere from 6 to 7 hours. The last two fragrances out there are going to be for the mainly men out there, but definitely the modern day gentleman could wear these as well. They just come with a little bit more of an edge. But fragrance number 9 is going to be Guerlain Homme Eau de Parfum. This stuff is green, fresh, and woody. So you're gonna get the cedar, the vetiver, the patchouli, there's some lime, I believe some rum to it, and I believe a little bit of mint. Again, it's just green, herbal, and quite woody with a little bit of citruses to it, and maybe like a slight booziness. It's not overly boozy, but it's a little bit there in the background, and it doesn't last a long time. But this fragrance here is definitely for the modern day gentleman, and most certainly for the traditionally masculine kind of guy. You know, longevity is great as well. It ranges anywhere from 8 to 10 hours. And last but not least, this fragrance here is a man's man kind of scent, but the modern day gentleman can absolutely pull this one off. And I believe that this one is considered a unisex scent, but guys, listen, like you manly guys out there, it's not unisex at all in my opinion. This leans like 90% guys, all right? No problemo. That's gonna be Bentley's Wild Vetiver. If you're looking for a substitute for Tom Ford Grey Vetiver, whether it's the Eau de Toilette or the Eau de Parfum, this smells a lot like it. However, what this pretty much is vetiver, like the name itself, wild vetiver. You're gonna get birch. I believe that there's some cedar, definitely the lemon verbena, some pepper, and amberwood. Bright lemon verbena. I think that there's actually some lemon to it, including the lemon verbena, but loads of earthy undertones. I find that this fragrance here does have that mature quality to it. Man's man, but gentlemanly at the same time, and definitely classy and sophisticated. It's woody, it's earthy, and it's a little bit fresh, and definitely aromatic. Longevity is going to be about 8 to 9 hours. And guys, that's it. That is 10 wedding fragrances for the spring and summer of 2023. If you like this very list, leave me one of these. Any reviews that I've done on these fragrances, they will all be down in the description box below. And if this video does get a lot of views and a lot of likes, if you guys really truly like this video, I just might do another one. What videos to watch next? Well, whatever pops up right here. Thank you for your time, take care, and I will see you later. Thanks for watching, everybody.